Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com. I am going to show you the Humpback Fishtail. This is made by Raul, and I'll get his full name down in the description for you, but this is a pretty cool design. The back of it looks pretty cool too, I like it a lot. It's a fishtail design. What I've got here is, I've got about 7 feet of each color, neon green, neon yellow. Hopefully you can see it. I don't think it's too bright that you can't. And then I also have the sleek buckle. I like this buckle for this design because it's a little bit wider design, and this buckle will look pretty good with it. And it's a flat buckle, so you can flip it either way and it'll look good. Alright, so because of this buckle, what I had to do to these ends here is make them to a point. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I did make them into a point there so that they'll get through the buckle a little bit better, because what you have to do with the buckle is you have to make 2 passes so that we have 4 inner strands to work with. So the first thing I want to do, I want to start with this side here, and I'm just going to go down through the top like I normally do. Reach through, get all this out of the way, reach through, grab the ends, and pull all the excess through. We're just doing the regular old cow's hitch right now. Get that pulled through. Tighten that up. Flip the buckle over and grab your ends again. And the reason I pull it through my fingers like this, it gets rid of all the twisting. Now flip the buckle back over. Now I could go through here, this big hole here, but I want to be able to tighten at the end. So we're going to go up through here, and I don't know if these are going to make it through this. Get this one, but I don't know if this yellow one's going to make it through. I might have to grab my pliers. And there we go. Alright, so normally what we would do is just pull this through and we'd be ready to make our bracelet. But this needs to have 4 inner strands, and right now we only have these 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure at this point just to see where I'm at. And on this buckle you measure right to the bottom of this X and right to this ledge right here. So let me do that real quick. We're a little long. A little too long, so I'm going to pull it in just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now what we want to do is put this back together, and we need to make another loop here with these strands. So what you've got to do, pull these through my fingers again. Sorry, the setup for this one takes a little bit longer. So you want to run your cords back up through this end of the buckle. You push everything towards the middle as far as you can so that you have room for this cord to come up through. And then you're going to have to do the same thing with the other side with the green. There we go. That went through there a lot easier than when I was practicing. What I always do is, before I do a video, I always do a practice one, just to make sure I can get all the kinks out if I have any problems. Alright, so now you can see we have 4 inner strands. So we can open this up, double check your measurement. I'm not too worried about it though, so I'm not going to do it. You want to make all 4 lengths the same length. Okay, so now to get up to here, I want to make it so that these can't really move anymore. So what you're going to do is open these up. You're going to create a loop on the left side and go over your 2 left cords and take your cord down the middle, around the back, and up through that loop. And then pull that tight, but without moving your cord from the buckle. Oh, you know what? I think I did that backwards. Yeah, I did. I want to knot like that, but I need to go behind the back first. Alright, so go behind the back, create a loop on the left, come up through the middle, down through that loop. Yep, that's how I did it last time. My practice run. And then you're just going to pull this tight, and what that does, that just kind of locks your cord to the buckle so it can't move, and then your measurement stays the same. We'll do the same thing here. Create a loop on the right, go behind the two right cords, over them, and then go down through that loop on the right. It's a really cool design once it's all done. I like this one. And I picked my favorite color, Day Glow, to do this one. Neon green, neon yellow. Okay, so that's the setup. Now we can finally start with the design. So I'm going to start with the right cord. We're going to take it directly over the center 4 strands off to the right side. I got to do something. I got a bucket of trash right there that I keep landing the cord into. Alright, so this yellow cord is going to come straight across the center. Make sure you can see it. Going straight across the center. Let me move this light just a little. There we go. We're going to go underneath the 2 left strands and then up through the middle. You want to make sure it's snug but not too tight. You're going to go over the right 2 strands, go around them, come up through the middle again, so just like you're doing a fishtail, and then off to the left side. And you kind of want to snug this up. This one's kind of difficult to make the whole bracelet look consistent all the way down, meaning that each length of paracord is nice and tight. Alright, so now what I need to do is pull this down just a little. Whoops, kind of messed that up there. We'll get this tightened up again, but what I forgot to do, the first thing you want to do is bring your other color up through the center, just like that, right before that first pass. Sorry about that. So all you do is go around the back, bring the green up the center, then the yellow goes over, under, over, under, over. So this green one, I gotta tighten up this yellow again. This one's a little hard to keep everything together. So we're just gonna keep all these flat. The way I'm keeping the inner strands flat is I'm holding it, just like that. Okay, so we'll get that nice and good looking. Now this one is going to go over top of the yellow, and it's going to go to the left side. So if whatever cord you have on your last pass, that one went to the left, so after you go over top of it, that cord also goes to the left. And this is going to do the same thing the first pass did. Now you don't want to pull this too tight to where these 2 yellow ones end up on top of each other, like that. You want those 2 yellow ones right here to lay nice and flat, right next to each other. Now this one is going to do the same thing the yellow did, but on opposite sides. So we're going to go across everything, under, over, back to the left side. And then you're going to do it again and leave it on the right side. So under, over. Make sure that this is nice and parallel. So if you draw a line straight down this bracelet, all these should line up on that line. Okay, so there's that. Now the yellow does the same thing. It's going to go over top of those. And you just had your green go off to the right, so you're going to go underneath to the right. Just like that. And pull your yellow a little bit tight, just to kind of lock everything in place. That cord all the way over. And then you're going to do your weave. Under, over. And then under, over, and keep it on the left side. Alright, now you repeat that. I'm going to do 2 more passes with each color. Green goes over top of that, follows the yellow off to the left, pull it tight. Might want to cinch this up just a little, there we go. Okay, now that it's off to the left, you bring it up over top of everything, just like that. Under, over, and then under, over. And bring it to the right. So it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I like this one. Alright, so now it's the yellow's turn. Over, through the middle, follow the green off to the right. So whenever you come up over the top, you always want to follow the previous color off to that side. That'll help you out a little bit. Now your yellow all the way over. Bring it under. And then over. And then go under. Over to the left. Alright, and you can see I'm having a little bit of an issue trying to keep everything nice and consistent there. What you can do, and what I would suggest, don't look at this one to tighten quite yet. Go back one, because it's kind of locked in place. You can tighten it, and it's really not going to move from that spot. And then when you do your green, you'll have your green right here. Then you can go back to your yellow and do that one. And that'll help you keep it nice and consistent throughout. But I'm going to finish this. I'm going to show you what the back looks like, because I really like the back too when I'm done. And I will be back. Okay, so if you take a look at where I'm at right now, you can see that my next step would be to bring this green down through the hole. So I am going to do that. But since I'm down here at the bottom, I'm going to finish this off with a Solomon. So first I'm going to turn this light off because it's making a buzzing sound again. And let me get this one turned on. There we go, that should help. Alright, so to do the Solomon, what I want to do, I think I want to take the green over the top since it's the next color to go. So we're going to create the loop on the right, go over the top, just like that. Then this yellow is going to come over the green, around the back, and up through that loop. And we can pull this tight. Push everything up just so you have a little more room. We're going to finish it with 2 Solomon passes. So we're just going to do that one more time. And I'll probably go back and redo the end of this, redo the finishing of this. I'm not a big fan of ending it with 2 Solomons. Alright, so I'm going to pull that nice and tight. And if you don't look at the Solomon, you have a pretty nice looking bracelet. Now, the back of this bracelet is my favorite. I like the back of it more than the front. It's a nice fishtail pattern. But if you look at it, they're kind of triangular. You have 2 on one side and then 1 on the other. And then it's flip-flopped. I like that a lot. This reminds me a lot of my hanging bridge pattern. It's pretty similar. Definitely tied differently. But I still like this pattern a lot. His last name, by the way, is Bisner. Raoul Bisner. So there's the bracelet. I think it turned out really good. I like this one. We're going to finish this up now by just cutting the ends and singeing them nice and flat. The smoothing tools are back in stock. I just put them back up. So get those. And I don't have my smoothing tool sitting here. It's on my other desk. Alright, so I'm just going to do this with the lighter then. I'm just going to melt the end here real easily. And then use the cap of the lighter as my smoothing tool. It works okay, but you can't really see what you're doing. Alright, and then we'll do the green one. So I'm going to post this on the Facebook group so you can figure out how to do this. And out of the 7 feet, I have about 1.5 feet left of paracord here. And this bracelet, let me remeasure it here. About 7 3/4 inch. Almost 8 inches actually. 8-inch bracelet, I used about 6.5 feet per color. Here we go. So check out the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/paracord. That's where I hang out. A lot of people hang out in there. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, and until next time, paracord on.